In this video, we're going to solve a system of linear equations algebraically. And here we have a system of two equations with two unknowns, and we're going to solve it using substitution. So here we've outlined the steps for substitution. Solve one equation for one of the unknowns, substitute this solution into the other equation, solve the equation that's left, and substitute this answer back into your step 1 equation. And then we can always check our answer by substituting into both equations. Because don't forget, for the answer to be valid, it has to be true in both equations, or if it's a bigger system, in all equations. So here we want to start by solving one of these two equations for one of the two variables. It doesn't matter which you pick, but I suggest picking one that makes it as easy as possible. And to do that, looking at these two, we're going to solve the first equation for x. So we're going to solve equation 1 for x. And the reason I say that that's going to make it the easiest is because solving this for x, we don't have to divide by anything because the coefficient in front of x is 1. All the other variables have a coefficient in front. That automatically makes it a little more difficult, so let's make it as easy as we can. And say, okay, we have x minus 3y equals 6. Solving for x means we get x equals 6 plus 3y. So there's the equation solved for x. So step 2, now we want to substitute into equation 2. So into equation 2. And to do that, we take equation 2, but instead of x, now we want to write what we know x is from before, which is 6 plus 3y. So we've replaced the x with what we solved back in step 1, and now we continue, plus 3y equals 3. Now we only have y as a variable, and we can solve that. So we get 12 plus 6y plus 3y equals 3. 9y equals 3 minus 12. 9y equals negative 9. Dividing each side by 9 then. We're almost out of space, so we'll move up top here. We get 9 over 9 over 9 gives us y equals minus 1. So y is negative 1. That's our y value. Of course, the solution to the system has an x and a y, so we need to find x. Well, if you look back at what we put in here in red, that came from over here, which is x equals. So to find x then, we're going to say, well, x is equal to 6 plus 3 times y, but we know y now. That's minus 1. So we get x is equal to 6 plus minus 3, which means x is equal to 3. So 3 comma minus 1 is the solution. And we can check our answer by plugging 3 in for x and minus 1 in for y into each equation and finding that indeed it does give us the right answer. So we'll stop this lesson there. You definitely need to do some practice of this on your own. Hopefully that gave you the main idea. In the next lesson we're going to also solve a system algebraically, but now we're going to do it with elimination instead. So we'll see you in the next lesson.